Hello friends, I think I finally have the camera issues worked out, so I hope this video turns out okay for you. This is the mini album Sweet Shop that I posted on my website, creativecutter.org, for the blog hop that happened this past weekend. I promised to share the inside of the album, and so I'm ready to do that with you now. I just want to warn you that this right here is not what I had intended for the binding, but because of the way the album was cut, the binding is kind of an issue for me. Hello friends, I think I finally have the camera issues worked out, so I hope this video turns out okay for you. This is the mini album Sweet Shop that I posted on my website, creativecutter.org, for the blog hop that happened this past weekend. I promised to share the inside of the album, and so I'm ready to do that with you now. I just want to warn you that this right here is not what I had intended for the binding, but because of the way the album was cut, the binding is kind of an issue for me. I don't really like this little ribbon thing here. I'll probably put some other ribbons on there, but for now that'll have to do, just to give you an idea of the binding that's going to be on there. So it will be a ring. The front of the album is shaped to be like a little store, and I've got the title there, Sweet Shop. There's a lot of bling, and there's a little rhinestone door here in the center, and I have a little candy cellar here. Now this little circle behind the candy is there to stabilize the candy. If I had planned this a little bit better, I think I would have put them on the other side so the candy would have been in the building rather than hanging off the end. But I like him over there, so I left him and just stabilized it with that little circle. So to get to the inside, which I know some of you have been dying to see, I hope we can get this all in frame. So there are the first two pages. This side I had intended to be, this side I had intended to be more like a place where you could put a picture of your sweetheart. So this frame here is open, and you can slide a picture. You can see in here. This is all sort of, I hope you can see that, kind of 3D. This was all created on my Gypsy. These are specialized cut files that I created. This key up here has XOXO. I don't know if I can zoom in on that. Oops, completely out of frame. So that XOXO I added in there, and it's on chipboard. Then I added the holes to the heart and to the key to make that a hanging item there. So that was meant for a picture of your sweetheart. Now on this side, I love this page. This is a really fun page. It says You and Me at the bottom, and I've got this little tag pull-out. It is a, looks like a shake or a malt built for two, and you can pull that out, and it is interactive, so you can't open that up, and put some journaling in there, some smaller pictures of you and sweetheart, and it can also have some more room there in the back. There is room to put more in there, but I kind of like the look of that kind of just sitting there in the center with the straw built for two. But you could put other tags behind there if you wanted. Now to the next two pages. Now what Sweet Shop would be complete without some chocolate covered strawberries, especially for Valentine's Day. So that's what I've got over here. That's my special treat. That's what my husband gets me every Valentine's Day that I just love, love, love. I'm a big fan of the strawberries for anybody that's been over to my website. So I've got a textured chocolate covered strawberry here, and I hope you can catch that little shine. I do have glossy accents on it, so it looks more like chocolate. Yummy chocolate. And then there's a couple of tags back here. Oops, I'm dropping the album. There's a couple of tags back here. Again, just a strawberry in the front. And then just some plain paper on the back there. So it can be journaling, or it can be some more pictures, depending on how fun your date night is. Now the tag is just your standard tag that I cut down just a little bit, one of those luggage tags, and then I glimmer misted one side of it with the pink taffy glimmer mist. So that's that side. Then on the opposite side of the strawberries, we have lemons. Love the lemons. Now my husband loves lemon heads, which is what inspired this page. But I know a lot of people just like the fruity lemons. So I've got a Mr. and Mrs. Lemon here, and it says Pucker Up. Now for those of you interested in buying this kit, I don't think that I will do the pucker up. It might make some of you a little crazy. So what I think we can do instead of there is stamp it or computer print out that pucker up. It's up to you though. If you want those letters, they're shadowed and they're really tiny, so they're kind of a pain to glue on there. But if you like that look, we can do the letters. If not, then you'll just get the stamper or rub on. I'll do either or. So here's him. He's got a little Google eyes. Now if you notice the little fluffy material here on the lemon and on his cheeks, I'm going to try and zoom in. I don't know how great I can get it. You can see that that's kind of 3D there on the lemon. I'll try and get the light out of the way here. That stuff is it's called a puffy velvet pen. Oops, let me zoom out. Sorry, can you tell I'm still getting used to this? But this puffy velvet pen comes in lots of different colors, and if you purchase the kit you can choose either the yellow or the pink. So one of those two colors you can choose and it will come with your kit. And I am going to offer this little mini album as a kit. It will cost $20. It will include all of the pieces pre-cut, including the 2 chipboard pieces for the front and back cover. The inside pieces are paper with poster board in between to stabilize it. And then for the Cricut cuts, if you do not happen to have those Cricut cartridges or these files around, I have a Cricut fairy that would be willing to make those cuts for you at no charge. So there will be no charge for the Cricut cuts if you need someone to make those for you. Otherwise, I'd be happy to send you the cut files and tell you what I used in the instructions. So for this lemon, she does open up. Do you like her little earring over here? I kind of like the little pearl earring. So this side opens up, and so you've got pictures here and here, and then 3 more in there, or 2 more in there. So lots of room for some cute pictures. I think since it's a little bit hidden, I might put some pictures of me and the hubby smooching. You never know. So that's the pucker up page. Then the next page, oops, it's kind of flimsy with the ring, but you can see here why I didn't do the Zutter bind. See the little part of the house here that pokes out? There wasn't a real easy way to bind it on the sides, and it kind of interfered with some of the design, so that's why I went with the ring. When it's sitting on a shelf or on display, it doesn't really matter. It's just when you flip through it that it might be a little flimsy. This side, I've got my cute little cupcake apron. I just love this Cricut cut from my kitchen. And I don't know if you can tell there on the sides of the apron, I've got more of that puffy stuff along the edges here. So if you choose the pink, it goes really well with the little apron. You know, but if you like the yellow for the lemon, you can do that as well. So on this page, I've got just a simple butterfly. I've got a cute little background here, punched with the Martha Stewart punch. And then behind the apron, because there was no room there, obviously, to put pictures, I've got 2 tags. And these are pretty good sized tags, so you can put some pictures on there and some journaling. And the back is just some of that really fun coordinating paper, kitchen style. So that goes behind the apron, and giving you some options for pictures and journaling. And then this side I also really love to go with the cupcake apron. I've got some cupcakes. Now there's a pair, of course, of cupcakes with the cherry on top, and this page also opens up so that you can have room for pictures. So that just lifts up, and then you've got pictures here, or a spot here on top of the cake pedestal. Let me see if I can zoom out so you can get the rest of it. Oops. Looks like it won't let me. I'll lay that down. Okay. So then you've got room for journaling or pictures there, and pictures and journaling there. And this just flaps down closed and tucks in behind the cake pedestal to close. So that is the cupcake page. Now this one I left a little bit simple so that you could have plenty of room for a large picture there, and some pie. Who doesn't love pie? And there's got to be some pie at the sweet shop. So we've got pie and a really cute little Prima flower there, and some Prima there. And then on this side again, there's room for another large picture that can tuck behind the ribbon there, and a couple of fun flowers and these half-back pearls. So that is the Sweet Shop album. I hope that you like it. I certainly had a great time making this. It's been a while since I've done a mini album class, and I wanted to be able to offer a quick kit that you can make either for Valentine's or just for any time that you've got some fun pictures of you and your sweetheart. Now be sure and visit my website, creativecutter.org, if you want to see this project or any others that I've made recently.